General Hospital spoilers reveal that Nina and Carly are preparing to carry out one of the boldest plans they've ever conceived, breaking into Drew's apartment. Although both are fully aware of the risks, their objective is crystal clear: create fake evidence to make Willow question Drew's fidelity. But what they didn't anticipate is how things are gradually taking a much more dangerous turn, which could even entangle them in legal trouble. Initially, Nina's idea was simply to sow doubt about the relationship between Willow and Drew. But once Carly got involved, everything seemed to spiral far beyond the original intent. Carly knows this is not just about Willow, it's an opportunity to shake Drew's standing, someone she's always felt was untrustworthy in her family. Therefore, the two are not only trying to set a trap for Drew with signs of cheating, but they also begin to dig into his private life, searching for anything that could be used to harm him. However, when they enter Drew's apartment, they make a shocking discovery: documents related to Drew's dark past, things that could change everything. If these documents are revealed, not only would Willow and Drew's relationship be affected, but Drew's reputation and political career could be instantly destroyed. Nina and Carly, despite being adversaries, suddenly realize they are holding a tremendous power that could shift the balance of Port Charles. But the question is, would they dare use it? And more importantly, is Drew truly someone who deserves to be taken down, or are they walking down a path from which they can't turn back? While they are still considering their next move, the situation quickly escalates. A new piece of evidence surfaces in Drew's apartment, causing Carly to start wondering if they're dealing with a crime larger than they thought. This is no longer just a psychological game, it's turning into a real war, where anyone could become the next prey. Nina and Carly's recklessness could change everything. Will they continue with their plan, or will they face a truth even more terrifying? And if Drew finds out, how will he react? General Hospital is about to enter one of the wildest chains of events Port Charles has ever seen, and it's only just beginning. Drew is facing a series of serious new charges that could send him into a legal spiral that changes his life forever. Recent events in Port Charles have made the situation increasingly chaotic, and things are heading toward an explosion no one can predict. Not only is Drew being investigated by authorities, but he's also at risk of facing prison time, and even his apartment could be seized as part of a broader investigation. It all started when secret documents were found in Drew's apartment, documents he had no idea existed. These documents appear to contain information related to a complex financial conspiracy or even evidence of an illegal transaction, putting Drew in a dangerous position. Prosecutors immediately seized the opportunity to dig deeper, and with everything that's being revealed, all signs point to Drew being involved in a series of illegal activities he never thought he'd be caught up in. What makes things even more complicated is the involvement of Nina and Carly. Initially, both only intended to break into Drew's apartment to create fake evidence to tear him and Willow apart. But when they accidentally discovered these documents, their original plan turned into an uncontrollable nightmare. Not only are they putting Drew in danger, but they themselves could also become targets if the truth comes out. Carly, though initially wanting to use the situation to weaken Drew and Willow's relationship, now faces a much more serious situation. If the police find out that she and Nina broke into Drew's apartment illegally, they could be charged with obstruction of justice or even implicated in the charges against Drew. Meanwhile, Nina begins to realize that what they're up against is no longer a game, this is a plot that could make them lose everything. Willow, caught in the middle of all this chaos, is also torn between trust and reality. She knows Drew isn't the type of person who would get involved in illegal activities, but the evidence against him is undeniable. If Drew is actually convicted, it means she'll lose the man she chose over Michael. This event could be the turning point that makes her reconsider her choices, and once again, Michael may be the only one standing by her when she needs support. Meanwhile, Jason, who has long had a complicated relationship with Drew, can't stay out of it. Upon hearing about the case, he starts investigating and realizes something is off. Drew might be a smart and strong businessman, but he's not the type to hide such a major conspiracy. If someone set Drew up, it's definitely a very dangerous force. But what can Jason do to help him when all the evidence is against Drew? Cyrus, who has returned to Port Charles with his own agenda, could play a role in these troubles. He's a master manipulator, and it's possible he's behind everything to achieve his own goals. If Cyrus is truly involved in Drew's case, it means Drew is facing a more powerful enemy than he imagined, and proving his innocence won't be easy. Drew's apartment, once his private and safe space, has now become evidence in the investigation. The police have seized it for legal purposes, meaning Drew no longer has a place to return to, at least until he is cleared. This is not only a material loss but also a heavy blow to his spirit. Drew is facing one of the toughest battles of his life. Will he find a way to prove his innocence before it's too late? If the forces behind this plot don't want the truth to come out, will Drew survive without becoming the next victim? And more importantly, will Willow trust him enough not to turn her back on him when he needs her the most? Port Charles is facing an unprecedented storm, and what's happening now is just the beginning. The upcoming episodes of General Hospital promise to be full of drama and tension, with mysteries being slowly revealed, deeper plots, and relationships being tested to the extreme. Drew may lose everything, but will he uncover the truth before it's too late? Stay tuned to discover what happens next in this thrilling story. The secret about Drew's relationships with both Nina and Carly has finally been confirmed, creating a shockwave throughout Port Charles. No longer just rumors or speculations, this truth has been exposed in an unexpected way, pushing everyone involved into an unprecedented crisis. Willow, who has always trusted Drew, is now placed in a more difficult situation than ever before. Not only does she have to face the reality that the man she loves has betrayed her, but she must also accept the fact that both women with the most complicated relationships in her life, Nina and Carly, have both been with him. This shock not only causes her pain but also forces her to completely reevaluate her thoughts and actions. She can no longer live in the illusion that she and Drew can build a happy future without these dark secrets. This truth not only affects Willow, but also creates a chain reaction of explosive consequences. Carly, who once claimed she had no feelings for Drew, must now face the consequences of her actions. Will she justify what she did, or will she be condemned by those around her for betraying Willow's trust? And Nina, not only has she lost the opportunity to regain Willow's trust but also risks completely destroying the relationship she's tried to build with her daughter. If Willow was still hesitant about forgiving her mother, everything now seems hopeless. Nina has not only hurt her but is also involved in one of the most shocking events of Willow's life. This could be the end of any hope for reconciliation between mother and daughter. But the most shocking part is Drew's reaction. Pushed into a difficult position, he must face everyone he's hurt and find a way to protect himself. He can't deny what happened, but can he justify that these relationships are just in the past, or will this be the end of his relationship with Willow? Everything is exploding in an uncontrollable way. Willow may not only distance herself from Drew but also turn to someone she can trust more, Michael. If Michael sees her in this much pain, will he seize the opportunity to win back her love? And if that happens, it will completely change the dynamic of relationships in Port Charles. One thing is certain, General Hospital is entering a new chapter full of drama. Secrets have been exposed, relationships are being tested to the limit, and characters who once had power may now lose everything. Who will win in this battle of love and power? And who will lose? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, Port Charles will never be the same again. The crisis between Drew and Willow is no longer just a simple rift in their relationship, it has turned into a deep, lasting wound that is growing increasingly serious. It's no longer just about personal hurts but is spreading, affecting everyone involved, turning Port Charles into a powder keg about to explode. Willow, who has always sought stability, now feels like her world is crumbling. She trusted Drew, thinking he was the man she could rely on to provide her with a peaceful life after everything she'd been through. But now, that trust has been completely shattered. She feels not only betrayed but also as if she bet on someone who perhaps was never worthy of that trust in the first place. Drew, meanwhile, is not only facing Willow's anger and heartbreak but also must find a way to protect himself from a series of other crises threatening his life. Not only are legal charges hanging over his head, but even his secrets about his relationships with Nina and Carly have been exposed, making him the center of a scandal bigger than anything he could have imagined. He is slowly realizing that no matter how hard he tries to explain, he is losing everything that matters most to him. This crisis doesn't just affect Drew and Willow, it's also causing a series of dangerous ripple effects. Michael, who has always loved Willow, can't stand by when he sees her hurting like this. He's tried to accept that Willow chose Drew, but now, as everything falls apart, will he see this as an opportunity to win back the woman he still loves? And if Willow turns to Michael in her vulnerable moment, it could open the door to a whole new series of events, making everything even more chaotic. Meanwhile, Carly, who was once an unwilling ally with Nina in their plan to break up Willow and Drew, is now caught up in this whirlwind in a way she can't control. Her relationship with Drew not only affects her public image but could also shake her position in her relationship with Michael and those close to her. Carly has always been strong and determined, but this time, can she hold on to her position, or will she too be sucked into a mire she can't escape? As for Nina, who initially seemed to be the victor in the plan to separate Willow and Drew, she too must now face unexpected consequences. The truth about her relationship with Drew has not only caused Willow to cut off any hope for reconciliation but could also make Sonny ask serious questions about the woman he's in love with. Will Sonny continue to trust Nina when he knows she had a relationship with Drew and even actively participated in this devious plan? With everything that's happening, there's no guarantee that Drew and Willow will find a way to repair their relationship. The wounds they've caused each other may be too great to forgive. And if they do break up, it could be the catalyst for a whole new series of explosive events, from a battle between Drew and Michael, to Carly and Nina's schemes, and even a new confrontation between Drew and Sonny if things go too far. One thing is certain, General Hospital is entering a completely new phase, where no one can predict what will happen next. As secrets continue to be revealed and alliances broken, Port Charles may never be the same again. The upcoming episodes promise to be full of drama, and no one can stay out of the storm when it erupts.